to LilyTube. Please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed. Today, we're talking about mothers and fathers who don't have kids yet. What does that mean? Stick around to find out after a quick word from our sponsor.
This video is sponsored by Canyon Foot and Ankle. From simple nail care to advanced trauma and reconstructive care, their podiatrists have the training and skills needed to resolve even the most complex cases. Treat your feet to the exceptional care they deserve.
Each year for Mother's and Father's Day, we've had a different focus, and this year we are wishing a happy Mother's Day and a happy Father's Day to single adults who have not yet had the chance to marry or have children, and also for married couples who have struggled with infertility or other issues related to being unable to have children together.
In the landscape of diverse modern families, the desire to nurture and influence the next generation extends beyond the traditional parental roles. Most couples have opportunities within our sphere of influence to find fulfilling alternatives as influential figures in the lives of children within our families and our communities. This video explores how non-parental roles, such as being the favorite aunt or uncle or friend or community member, provide valuable contributions to a child's upbringing and development.
First, we'd like to touch on the importance of extended family and friends in child development.
Children benefit immensely from the involvement of extended family and supportive friends. These kinds of relationships provide additional layers of love, guidance, and stability, enriching a child's emotional and social development.
Aunts and uncles can play a unique role by offering both mentorship and friendship. They provide a safe space for nieces and nephews to explore interests that parents might not share or provide. Or often they can offer advice from a different perspective that is both relatable and respectful of the family's values.
You know, Cathy, that reminds me a little bit of Sherry Dew, who president of Deseret Book and a former General Relief Society presidency member, who, for whatever reasons, never married in this life yet anyway. And she's gotten to be long past her childbearing years, but she became the favorite aunt to a lot of her nieces and nephews, and she's taken them on trips to Europe. She's taken them into her home for sleepovers and things like that, and has really played a meaningful role in their lives. And I think that's a good role model for a lot of our folks who may not have had the opportunity yet to be parents in the traditional sense, but can still build a meaningful bond with a child and help in their upbringing.
Blesses their lives and everyone involved, really.
Godparents and close family friends are often chosen for their emotional and spiritual support, holding a special place in guiding a child's moral and ethical development. They can also introduce children to new activities, careers, and ideas that broaden their horizons.
Community members such as teachers, coaches, leaders in community organizations really transform children's lives. Their roles often extend beyond educational and recreational settings as well, providing critical mentorship and fostering skills that children carry into adulthood. And I want to touch on the coach thing again, because I'm reminded of my brother had a coach in his life in Little League who didn't have a kid on the team. That's usually what you get, right? A kid that has a dad on the team. This guy was just out of college. He didn't have any kids of his own yet. He's had a bunch since. He just wanted to play an active role in some kids' lives, and he loved baseball, and so he coached my brother's team. And my brother went on to work as his intern at the corporation where he was later employed in college. It's been a meaningful relationship for many years. And he did that without having a son on the team as most coaches do.
That is really awesome.
I didn't end up having as many children as I would have liked to had I not experienced the complication of 2 divorces and extensive health issues by the time Jeff and I finally found each other. Meanwhile, I grew my violin teaching studio and ended up with a lot more students to influence than I otherwise would have. After seeing my violin students weekly for many years, so many started to feel like an extension of my family, and it's exciting to see where life takes them. I love staying in touch with them and embracing the alternative opportunities to be a mother when my boys are with their dad.
We want to talk a little bit about building a supportive network, and creating a nurturing environment for kids involves the collective effort of the entire community. It really does take a village to nurture that next generation. Mothers and fathers who are not yet parents can effectively engage in enriching children's lives and truly bless them and their families. You know, Cathy, this reminds me of when I was living in American Samoa. Literally, my first law job was in the Samoan Islands. And I remember nights when me and my wife at that time would be going out to do our shopping. We had to go to 6 different places to get what we wanted. And you drive through these little villages and there's, 30 kids, little brown kids in lava lavas playing volleyball or cricket or maybe swimming in the ocean. They're all cousins. But they have this interesting custom that sometimes if somebody hasn't married and a kid becomes close to them and gradually sort of integrates into their life, that becomes their child. It's an informal adoption. And I'm not suggesting that would work here in the United States, but I think there's something charming about it too, that love doesn't have to be based on blood.
Absolutely. We have honorary kids.
We do have honorary kids, and I joke that one of my honorary sons came over to our house one night to hang out with my kids and stayed for 2 years. It's more true than not. And he came from a family that was fairly disordered, not really functional, and he would tell you that. And he felt like our home was a place that he could feel loved and a stable sense of belonging somewhere.
And we're still in touch.
And we're still in touch with him. He came down to see us not all that long ago, actually.
Engaging with local schools, sports teams, and other youth organizations as a volunteer are excellent ways for individuals to make a difference. Volunteering not only supports the community, but also allows individuals to share their skills and passions with the younger generation.
Educational involvement by participating in school activities such as tutoring or sharing professional experiences can also help foster educational interest and achievement. Informal education through storytelling or skill sharing sessions can also have a lasting impact on a child's learning and development. Emotional support, and this is a big one, by simply being present and available to listen, can be immensely valuable. Children and teenagers in particular benefit from having trusted adults with whom they can share their thoughts and concerns outside their immediate family circle.
That reminds me, I remember having young women leaders who would create a safe space for me to voice concerns and share my challenges. Even some of my music teachers, so that influence is something I still remember, and it has meant a lot to me in my life.
And here's where I want to throw in a little cautionary note, and I really hate that I even have to say this. But I remember when I was Young Men's president was when the scandal, the child abuse scandal was going on in the Catholic Church involving priests. And we got together, me and my 2 counselors, and we adopted some guidelines for our program. As you're mentoring kids, as you're reaching out, as you're loving them, remember also to take precautions to protect your reputation and protect yourself against, any person or family that might misconstrue something.
Or misunderstand your intentions. I think that is important to note. While at the same time making sure that we're not so scared to love children that we can't actually be there for them.
Like that prophecy in Matthew 24 that in the last days, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. We don't want to go that far. In terms of the broader impact of community involvement, the saying, it takes a village to raise a child, and that holds profound truth, and I've seen that. By stepping into nurturing roles, individuals not only enhance the lives of kids, but also gain personal fulfillment. The interactions with children can provide a real sense of connection and purpose and enrichment to the lives of all involved. So if you're considering these parental type roles, the opportunity to make a meaningful difference is vast. Whether as an uncle or an aunt by blood or choice, a dedicated family friend, or an active community member, every interaction with a child can shape their future and yours for that matter. By embracing these roles, mothers and fathers who don't have kids yet contribute to building a supportive, vibrant community where every child has a chance to thrive.
To wrap up this video, I just wanted to share a little bit about my best friend Emily, who couldn't have any children of her own. She had discussed alternatives like adoption, but she wasn't married until she had cancer and her lifespan was cut short. Meanwhile, she was the most loving and involved aunt to her nieces and nephews, and she even adopted my 2 boys as her honorary nephews. We needed her in our lives, and she played a foundational role in their upbringing. On top of that role, she played loving children in her life. She also became the mom to many guinea pigs through the years. She's a wonderful example of a mother who simply had not yet had kids.
Emily's husband, our friend Dan, didn't even find and marry Emily until he was in his 40s. And he's been a wonderful uncle to his sister's kids and willing to be a great caregiver for his autistic brother. And since marrying Emily, he adopted the role of guinea pig dad and has adopted our boys as his nephews as well. He actually gave my grown son a couch.
He did recently.
So he's a good example of a father who has simply not yet had kids. And we hope in the next life both of them get a chance to have lots of their own children together. Now, a few brief thoughts. Church callings with the youth we've touched on. Having honorary kids we've touched on. There's also the Big Brother program, and I think there's a Big Sister program where you can make a meaningful difference in the life of a child through a structured program. There's also programs like Scouting. I mentioned coaching Little League. That's not just for dads. You could also foster or adopt older children even if you're single, because there's a high demand for people to play those roles. We hope this discussion helps men and women who want children but have not yet been blessed with them to feel appreciated and encouraged in their efforts to nurture the next generation with their own sphere of influence. Do you have a parental figure in your children's lives who you would like to thank? Share this video with them and let them know how much they mean to you. Give them a shout out in the comments. Let's share our love and thanks with all those honorary mothers and fathers who don't have kids of their own yet, but choose to love and nurture the children who are in their lives. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more elevating content. Until next time, remember that any time, especially Mother's Day and Father's Day, is a great time for more love in your life. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for joining us for another week on LilyTube. If you enjoy what you see, support us by liking, commenting, and sharing your favorite videos with others who could benefit.
As single life and relationship coaches, our mission is to help single adults intentionally heal from loss to create a happy life and healthy relationships. Keep coming back and we'll keep you encouraged. Each week, we provide new and refreshing perspectives on the challenges and opportunities of mid-single life.
If you'd like to immerse yourself deeper into your own personal development and relationship journey, visit our website at loveinlateryears.com for even more resources. Don't take on divorce recovery and other relationship loss and single life alone. We are here for you.